It's a beautiful morning in McHenry. There's a train. I don't know if you heard it. There's my cabin. This is my first trip to it since it was delivered. The weekend after, I went to the Self-Reliance Festival, and then last weekend I was just too tired to do anything. I'd made like 3 trips over here to Mississippi and back, and so I wanted a weekend to rest, to do a little yard work at the house in Florida. I was glad to see the cabin was still here. Cabin's about 4 feet or so high here on the back side, so I want to build a deck. So I'm going to have to cut down some of these trees. They're not real big, 15, 20 foot tall or so, not real thick. I think my little 12-inch chainsaw will take care of them. Since the building is 12 foot wide, I want to make the deck 12 foot wide and extend it out 10 or 12 feet, probably 12. I had to cut some branches on these because they were touching the building, but this is where I wanted the building, so I told the guy not to worry about it, and I cut some of the branches off after he delivered it. But I'm going to cut these little trees down today, tomorrow. Might leave that one there, I don't know. But right through here, there's a nice little open area. Do all these damn yo ponds. And might set up the solar in here somewhere. I'm gonna stomp around, scare away our snaky friends. This area wouldn't take a whole lot to clear up a little bit, and got us a little fire ant mound. Not real active. Trying to get some poison. Yeah, this will be a real nice area to clean up. Might even put a little garden right here. I'm going to cut down a lot of them pines right there, just so they don't get pine needles on the roof. But this big guy here, I'm going to leave him. Any tree that's pretty good size gets to stay. Like that fella over there, that fella right there. There's a nice one right there. Luckily they kept quite a few of the big pines, and they kept some oaks too, and for seed trees when they clear cut it. Some kind of pretty little weed. More yopon. At first I was like, yopon, because it's got caffeine and such, and I thought, I don't have any down in Florida, not near my house, because I live in a small city, like a suburb. So when I first found it here, I was like, oh boy, yopon, it's everywhere. Something happened to that tree there. Don't know what happened. Yopon's getting berries right now. They sure are pretty, but I bet they're poisonous. I wonder if you could roast them like coffee beans for the caffeine. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's probably the only really decent sized tree right here I'm gonna have to cut down in this area. So, happy about that. I'm gonna make the trail to the cabin a little bit better too. I wish I could have got this land about 5 years ago before all this stuff jumped up. Oh, this looks like a wild blueberry. Pretty sure that's what this is. If we ever start getting some rain, I was gonna bring some figs and fruit trees out, other fruit trees out here, and start planting them, but since I don't live here, I don't want to plant a bunch of stuff and it not rain. What are you doing? She's a wood smart dog, but she's not street smart. She runs out in front of your car when you're driving down the dirt road because she's so excited. I'm afraid I'm going to hit her, but if I do, that's her fault, not mine. I'm definitely going to come get my loppers, start cleaning this up some. I think the first thing I'm going to do is get my little 12-inch Ryobi chainsaw and cut a bunch of these branches off of these things and get them ready to start demolishing them. This little area here is right next to the cabin, and my friend Lynn on his tractor helped clear that. In one of my videos I showed some of it, and I'll probably plant a few fig trees or something, maybe a couple of blueberries and such. Just do a small little thing right through here. I like to leave all the woods though from here to the road. Maybe cut in a little bit. I want to leave about 30 feet from the road, across the street and everywhere. Then that way when people drive by they don't see your business so much. I thought about if I cleared this up a little bit more, I could just about park over here out of sight. Might do that too. When you got 40 acres of woods, the possibilities are endless. My property goes all the way to that gate, and then that's Uncle Buster's, my friend's uncle. And then on this side of the road curves down there. There's approximately 8 acres. And I wasn't actually going to mess with this, but it was the easiest to clear, so I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to work on here. I already showed the area down there where I'm going to put a shipping container, because the cabin's pretty good size, but I got a lot of tools and such. 4 years of survival rations. Here's my chestnut tree. It's looking a little bit better since I trimmed a bunch of stuff away from it. Here's the baby. I kind of slept in today till almost 6 because I didn't get here till 10 something, and then by the time I got everything unpacked, and by the time I went to bed it was almost midnight. And there's a blackberry. Looking pretty good. So that cane died from the same plant. This cane looks pretty good. It was really long. So this one I'm going to come trim out. There's a few more blackberries right through here, so I'm going to clean up around them a little bit. I just ordered, I don't know how many blackberries from a place in Arkansas, Pennsbury Farms, I believe, and they should get here next week, I think. Well, there's some males. I saw some with wings. Well, these fellas will get a dose of poison. What is your problem? Get away from the fire ants. I think she knows where they are because she stays away from them. Right, Dauber? You're not half as dumb as you look. You're twice as dumb. And this is on the roadside of where I was just a little bit ago. That little clearing. So I probably will clear all through here back to there and put in some probably do homemade racks. I saw some online, that metal ones, that weren't too bad prices, but I didn't like the way they tilted. They didn't tilt enough for me. But there's a lot of little clear areas I can take advantage of. There's some kind of mound, but I don't see too much activity. I think this is little black ants. Sure is for peaceful being out in the country. I set up that cinder block. I got a little piece of cardboard so it won't scratch my deck too bad. And that's going to be where I put my little propane grill. Got a chair for the deck. Me and my friend Lynn, we put together this little stairs, and But the leftover blocks that they didn't use when they set up the house, I wish I had gotten more 16 by 16 by 4, but I had a lot of the 16 by 8 by 4 left and some cinder blocks. So build it like this. One of my friends at work told me they make some kind of concrete caulking or whatever they call it. So I'm gonna go get some of that at Home Depot in a little while. Oh, it's nice in here. Kind of dark. Got my little bed set up. Got this little 4-inch mattress on Amazon that was kind of wide, and twin size sheets fit on it just right. Last time I came, I didn't bring any sheets, pillows or nothing, so I had to run up to Wally World and buy some. So that's like my dedicated set. They're flannel, pretty comfy. It got 65 last night. I got a little chilly. There's my little toilet. I got the coconut peat. Works real good. Kind of gross, but this is my little Ryobi fan. I had it blowing in here last night till right before I went to bed. Left the windows open and got up about 2 in the morning and closed them because I was getting cold. About a 4-foot drop. Say goodbye to them branches and them little trees. Soon to go. I'm gonna put some nails, a few nails in the studs just so I can hang stuff. Like I got some clothes hanging on my tripod. It'd be nice to have a place to hang my hat. But they built it pretty well. I got double studs, like every other cavity. Built pretty good. I like them transom windows. They let in a lot of light, but they're so high up they don't get much direct sunlight until the fall and the winter and part of the spring. Got a little loft up there above the porch. Can't do much with it, but just maybe store a little bit of stuff up there. You see the vent. I'm gonna get probably a solar powered fan for one side or the other. One thing I just noticed earlier, there's a little gap. Not real big, but that's about the major construction flaw I've found so far. Overall, I'm really happy. And yeah, there's my game cams. I have one on the back wall too. And they work on the phone, cellular system. Kind of half-ass security, but better than nothing. Got that thermal barrier up there. Looks like it's working pretty good. It's still way cooler in here than outside. Well, time to get back to it. I put a couple nails in the wall to hold up my hats, this thermometer, that lantern, and I got the shirt over here. That's about the only improvements I've made so far. I started cutting some from around the cabin. I'm gonna cut that area back in there and definitely get that tree that's the closest. That one there, and some of them this trip. I got some good sized branches off that one. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that tree or not, but I'm not gonna cut it down this trip. But that tree's got to go. And this little clump of trees right here has got to go. I cleared up a lot of the brush that was down through here. And going to continue to work on that before it gets too warm. The nights were nice. I cut part of the way into this pathway, and I got this pile of brush right here yesterday, but I didn't pick it up. 40 acres of woods. I'm not sure what these things are. I'm sure they got a name, but it's like the dew. You touch it though, and it just kind of disappears. So I think it's like spider webs or something that's got dew on it, but I'm not sure. Pretty weird looking. Slowly getting there. Just a little bit more. And just more, even more. Getting there. Well, small victory. Got a lot cleared out. Still got to get that stump out. But I haven't had much to eat today, so I'm going to go cook something and then run to the store. I need doormats. Keep the dirt out of my cabin. I bought a broom and a little whisk broom and a dustpan yesterday. And there's a lot of dirt in there, so time to get a dust mat. Hope this comes out. It's starting to get dark. The screen looks good, so I think this thing picks up pretty good light. The sun's just setting over there. And there's my dumb little friend. I'm grilling up a couple burgers. I made some baked beans from scratch. I got some pork and beans and I added onion, barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard, onions, a little garlic powder, a little brown sugar. Smell pretty good. I toasted up some buns a little bit in the skillet. Now I'm going to throw a hamburger in there. Getting dark, but that burger's about done. Poured a little mustard. Throw some onions on it. Gonna be good. Sun's just coming up. Got to get back at it. Well, a couple more trees gone. That one that's closest to the house to the left, I think that's going to be the last one I take down today. Do a little bit more cleanup. I got some more yope on. Now to work on the trees. I decided to take out the two little trees next to the one near the house. So I'm going to take that one out and then start packing it up. Just got the stump to go. Well, I got pretty much everything I wanted accomplished, so this was all pretty brushy, and some of them smaller trees. That tree is going to be on the agenda, and probably that little one. But that weird little curved one, I think I'll leave that one for a while. I'll take out them. That one. But not the real big one. I left this blackberry bush right here against my house. But it'll grow. There's another little one right next to it. It won't harm anything. And maybe keep people from wandering about. I cut some of this getting into that little clear area I talked about earlier. I cut some of this stuff down too. In fact, I still see I got some branches to go tote in a minute or two. I cleared all the way up to there. I'm gonna bring the weed eater, do a little chopping. Try not to get the blackberries. But if I do, they'll grow back. Now this tree is on the agenda for next time too. And all that little small stuff over there too, but that'll be easy. And all this yopon. It kind of clears up after that a little bit. It's gonna look good, little deck right here. I've been researching on YouTube how to build raised decks. I think I'm gonna use 6x6. This little area over here, gonna put a garden eventually, some kind of little small garden right here. Nothing too big. Gets pretty good sun right there. I've talked about it before, but I'm gonna try to leave 30 feet of trees and brush between the road. So all these little pines right here will probably go. If I get a forestry mulcher, which I want to, I'll have them cut to my other little area over here. Straight through there, it's not too far over. Making some good progress though. This was all trees and scrub right through here too. Well, it's time to start packing up. It's still Sunday morning, but I want to get on the road, get home, get a nap before I have to go to work tonight. Can't wait till I retire. Right, Dob? Yeah. You like the porch, don't you? Well, out of line. Next time.